Let's talk teacher mental health. That's turning into a bit of an oxymoron, isn't it? There are a few mental health fixes that keep getting thrown at teachers, and let me tell you what, they are about as good at repairing the situation as if you handed the captain of the Titanic a can of Flex Seal. First off, teacher mental health days and personal days don't work. In most professions, time off is just that, time off. In teaching, time off is double time on, followed by 3/4 of a time off, followed by triple time back on. Do you have any clue how much work goes into a teacher taking a personal day off? You have to plan the entire day from the class, prep every single bit of work, and then hope that you get a sub. And if you do get a sub, you have to pray that they don't cancel, because if they do, then you have to take your class and split it among the other teachers who now absolutely hate you for taking a personal day. You just now doubled their class size, doubled their workload, changed their plans, and now they need a mental health day just to accommodate your mental health day. Imagine if you told Tom Brady that the other team's quarterback was out, so he has to throw for them and the Bucs. He would probably still find a way to win twice. Then there's the actual day off, where you spend the first hour anticipating somebody to call you and tell you that everything went wrong. And yes, it happens all the time. I will put the lesson plans on the board on my desk and email them, and sometimes send them with carrier pigeons, and they will still get lost. You will find Montezuma's treasure before you will ever find the worksheets that I left for third period. Then as a teacher, you're expected to solve it and fix it from home on your own time while you're not clocked in. Honestly, as a teacher, I used to feel nervous and guilty every time I took a day off and just look at the clock and count down the seconds until school was out, so I knew that nothing more could go wrong. I sat at home feeling like John Hammond. Why are the kids out of class? I told them to put locking mechanisms on the doors. Then there's the fun part of returning to your class after taking a personal day. I used to call them Schrodinger's subs. Maybe the plans were done, maybe they weren't. Maybe the kids behaved, probably they didn't. Maybe you still have a classroom all in one piece. Maybe somebody covered everything in bacon, opened the doors, and let wolves roam free. Open the door, find out. Another fix that people toss at teachers is, why don't you just teach to the contract time? I worked outside of the contract time to keep from losing my mind and my job during the contract time. You ever fly? Do you ever see the pilots in the cockpit with the checklists and the clipboards? Imagine if the pilot came on after all the passengers and then unlocked the door and was like, you know what? I only work to the flight time. Let's see if this baby turns on. That's how teaching works, except we don't get paid for our time in the cockpit, just our time in the air. And we usually fly the planes and serve the pretzels and repair the plane and help get it boarded and work the sunglass kiosk in the terminal. But that's beside the point. The last thing I want to mention is self-care. A lot of administrators out there in the public generally say teachers just need to practice better self-care. I hate calling it self-care because a lot of us are not really good at it, and you put any failure of it entirely on yourself. Then you get in your head, you're like, if I can't even take care of myself, how can I take care of the students? But here's the thing. Remember when you were in school? The teacher with the gray, frizzled hair, least amount of makeup, always wearing the same exact denim skirt with all of the pockets. Wasn't that the best teacher? Well, it's because she usually put the students first and found so much happiness in their success that it didn't matter what she looked like. That and makeup's expensive. Yeah. The problem is student achievement is becoming harder and harder to come by. And then not only do we lose ourselves, we lose their success that we used to lean on for fulfillment. To me, teachers don't need to practice more self-care if parents would just practice more child care. We just want to be happy doing what we love. Teaching, that's all we need. Help teachers find ourselves again with students that actually want to be there and learn in an environment that we feel supported. Because right now, a lot of us are still a little bit like John Hammond, looking at parents like, I really hate that man.